So hi, welcome to IELTS Audio again. Uh, I'll talk about the thing written in front of you. It was a question asked by one of my students, one of my current students. He asked me, so in the band descriptors I see at band 9 it is written that you fully develop something, you support something well, and in that strip for band 8 it is written you support something and you extend it or you do something sufficiently. So what is the difference? The difference is not huge. If you know English you can understand the differences, but still I have a responsibility to my students, so I have to do it. Okay, so as you are misguided by many IELTS teachers, I was also misguided. So my IELTS writing score is just a 7.5. My overall is an 8.5. My speaking is an 8.5, but my IELTS writing academic score is just a 7.5. So if you can't trust me because of that, you can leave the video right away. But as I got wiser, I could use my writing knowledge in other exams, and I've gotten top level grades in exams that are bigger than IELTS. And I'm talking specifically about the writing sections. So if you can trust me because of them, you can stay in the video and let's continue. Now, first of all, let's talk about what development is. Development or what supporting something is. Development is nothing extraordinary. It's just that you are able to explain the intermediate steps that are between the steps that are between the first point and the last point, or the first stage and so and the last stage, the steps that are between the first stage and the last stage. For instance, if I say fast food is going to make you ill, so how would I explain that? How is that going to happen? See, I could explain it using this explanation that if you eat fast foods, they get into your stomach, they release certain chemicals, and those chemicals hinder the metabolisms, your bodily metabolisms, and the body starts to malfunction, and the result is an illness. And we can support it using something that is very specific, because examples are examples, examples have to be examples, examples cannot be descriptions. Examples mean you're presenting something very specific, only then is it an example. No, it cannot be an example if it is applicable to everything, and it should support the general thesis, but it should not be something that pertains to everyone. Then it is not an example, then it is not full of descriptive language, then it is not something specific. And this I actually learned through the Celtic channel. They're very good people. So I could say my friend Ramesh ate burgers from October 1 to October 15, and he was diagnosed with um, food poisoning. Now, this is very specific. Someone ate fast foods and he got sick, and the sickness has been mentioned in place of saying just sick. And we have shown the duration, we've shown the illness, we've shown the fast food in its truest sense. As in, we have given an example rather than saying fast food in general. So examples have to be very, very specific. Only then can you be able to get at a very high level at um, you know band 9, band 8, maybe band 7 also, in the task response context. So let's see. I have tried to explain the three levels using one example only. So suppose if I have to explain why English is important, so how can I explain it using a band 9 response in the context of idea development, a band 8 response, and a band 7 response? Now at band 9, we get to see fully extended and well supported. So if I have to read it, a major merit of learning English is a great many career opportunities. That is to say, today many jobs require the applicants to be proficient in spoken and written English. For instance, every employee from a, from receptionist to a manager in most Indian offices is expected to hold a conversation and write emails in the language at issue. Hence, if a candidate has a good command of these productive skills in English, he or she is able to apply for a large number of openings. Now, if you see this specific example, the explanation is very specific, as in you are required to write emails, you are required to hold conversations in English. So you should be proficient in these productive skills. The examples range from a receptionist to a manager, and in most Indian offices. So this has been explained by using the application of English in the specific contexts. So this is a band 9 response. Like you know, according to what I know, but I can be wrong. Now, what if it were to be a band 8, response in that context? A major merit of learning English is a great many career opportunities. That is to say, if you know English, you are eligible for more jobs than otherwise. For instance, most workplaces in India require you to know English regardless of your role. You may be a receptionist or a doctor, director, you ought to know English. Now, this presents an idea that jobs require English. Then it says if you know English, you are going to get a job. You are going to be eligible for more jobs than otherwise, regardless of your place in the hierarchy. But it doesn't really talk about how English is required there. So this is sufficient development, but not full development. And things get worse at band 7, where things are extended and supported, but we have a tendency to overgeneralize. When we overgeneralize, we kind of try to put everything in a basket, and the point is not very clear then, and our ideas may lack focus, right? Like now, when do our ideas lack focus? When they are not focused, when they are not given to a specific thing, when they are all over the place. So, for instance, before this example, um, children should study because it's going to make them great. No, great is a very generic term. Um, Children should study because it is going to make them uh, well employed. Now, this is better. So, as specific as you can be is something behind every writing test, and but mostly we spend, not we, I am not in that category now. Mostly you guys, maybe some of you guys, maybe most of you guys spend time cramming templates and other kinds of crap. So now if you see, a major merit of learning English is a great many career opportunities. You may be able to become a teacher of English, a receptionist, or a YouTuber. Now it's fine, we need English to be a receptionist, we need English to be a YouTuber now also, and a teacher of English is self-explanatory. But this is something, you know very generalized. We have put in the basket an English teacher, a receptionist, and a YouTuber, whereas otherwise I was talking specifically about Indian offices, and in this case, a receptionist or a director, again something about a company. But this one has given something to everyone. So also, as in, we have not been able to explain the idea properly. Our supporting details are just for the sake of it. So they lack focus. They apply to so many things. They are related to the main point, but they are not doing a great job. So this is the difference between band 8 and band 9, and this is the difference between a band 7 and a band 8 also. So, like, try to develop your brain in this direction if you want to get to a high score in writing, IELTS writing specifically. And I did get a band 7.5 in my academic IELTS, so as in the writing part. So these things might help you also, and I have evolved from that time, so this might be better than my score. So Fine, I hope this video was useful. If you liked it, give it a like and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.